what would be the craziest thing any one of you would do for views? Like, and views meaning like it will get translated into like money, right? What's the absolute craziest you would
What
do?
do you want to see, cuz?
And what would be like?
And welcome back to Brodicans, the most politically incorrect podcast on YouTube.
Yay!
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Yeah. How are you guys?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
We're
good.
going.
We're going. Finally with the mics. Hopefully, if
I
nothing
know.
goes
Getting
wrong.
slowly to our inevitable death.
I know.
What?
What the fuck did you just say?
I have no idea.
Nothing,
I like the
nothing.
fact how we just
The mic
kind of
picked
like
it up.
we kind of like ride through episode 7 with like a guest, which was Jasmine. Now we're kind of like ramping it up with the new mics. I don't know. I think
We
we're reaching
got mics.
like the first comfortable level, right? I mean, it's not like we're gonna get stank there, but now we're much more comfortable on our first recording session and stuff. So I kind of like. I'm proud of you guys.
I'm already
gonna- I'm
comfortable.
just gonna-
I have no pants, no
I'm
boxers.
just gonna clap it out. Good stuff,
No, I
guys.
like it. I like it. And if nothing goes
Salute.
wrong, you guys are listening to the first podcast with the mics.
Yeah.
With better audio, which is great. That's if nothing goes wrong. If it still sounds like shit, it means something went wrong, and we'll try again next podcast.
Try again next one. Well, we got mics.
Well, we
We're booming.
finally
We're
got
official.
mics.
Official? Now,
We're
we're
episode
official.
8. We're episode 8. We got the mics. We got HD cameras. Yeah, we're booming.
We're booming, guys.
I really hope that these mics are good. Like the extensive research that we did to get to these mics, and all the problems that we
All
had
the
to go
problems
to
and
get- yeah, to
issues
get
that
to-
went.
All the money invested. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
I
this
thought
mics.
I thought they were gonna be cheaper. I thought they were gonna be cheaper, but they're not.
Well, if you include all the expenses that this
All the expenses that
carried it,
That
and
went.
that went into getting these mics, then yeah.
Yeah,
we were
definitely.
we were actually lucky that we were able to find a shipping company that shipped these mics to Ron for a decent price. Because when I first started getting quotes, it was like $150, $200, $250 to send a mic that costs $150. So I was like, yo, that's more than what's inside the box. How are you guys charging so much just to ship it? And then when
Which
that
reminds
happened-
me. Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry. I got excited. Go ahead.
No, I can tell you got excited when that happened. I was like, "Fuck!" Now we're not gonna be able to get Ron the mic, or do we want to spend $500 to altogether to just get Ron a mic? Should we maybe just Ron get a different mic? I was like, "Fuck!" Then we sent it through this sketchy company because it's kind of sketchy. There's not really like a way that you can track your item. You just kind of send it with them and hope and pray that it gets there. And after like a week and a half, we finally got a hold of the mic, and Ron finally has it. So,
Well, I wish you wouldn't, talk trash about the shipping company, because I was about to just throw an advertising line saying, "Hey, listen, guys, if you're interested in shipping shit, just letting us know. We got you.
No, they have to pay us. Yeah, they have to pay us. Yeah, they gotta pay. They gotta pay for the.
You guys are taken care of. That's it. Oh well, I guess we can edit this part out."
This guy just butchered the name.
well,
So
I didn't.
I'm happy that we got the mic. I'm happy. We know. Props to everybody that we were able to get this done. Thank you guys.
Big talk.
No, that's
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
That's awesome. I think the next move is probably for when you finally come back and this coronavirus thing dies down a little bit. We can maybe finally be in one room together, have a nice little setup.
Yeah.
So
100%.
That's probably next. So I'm excited for that.
So I see Richard went green. Tell us about that.
I see blue. Is it green or blue?
Okay, we're gonna have the whole
like-
dress debate here. Blues or gold?
It's yellow.
Yellow.
It's yellow.
Actually, it's red. No, because I had dyed my hair already. Like the tips were already like white, so it turned blue, but it's green on the tips.
Nice.
And what color did you actually want to go for?
Green.
Okay,
I was
okay,
going for
okay.
green.
Is-
I was going for green. It's okay.
Is this for
It's not
St.
the green-
Patrick's?
No,
that
no,
shit
no.
passed like
No.
2 months ago.
Yeah. No, just I've been dyeing my hair like you guys know. Like I was blonde for a very long time.
Blondie.
That was my favorite. That was my
And then,
favorite. Out of all the colors you
Blondie.
done,
And then
blonde.
and then like that year I spent in Colombia is where I started like fucking around with the colors.
Right.
And then yeah, it's mainly just a tribute. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I
Yeah,
hear
it's
you.
mainly
I
just
hear
a
you.
tribute.
I hear you. I hear you.
So we kind of just do that. Just yeah.
Do you want to get into that or no?
I don't mind. You guys want to get into it?
Sure, we could.
We could.
We could make a shout out.
It's your tribute.
Yeah, it's your tribute. Yeah.
True. Well, like yeah, the whole reason why I'm going with the green hair is I had a nephew who used to color his hair. He used to before it was very trendy. He used to color his hair different colors, purple, pink, red, anything, right?
And he used to rock it really cool.
And-
he used to rock
Yeah,
that
he used
shit.
to do
Yeah.
well.
He was like
he
was like the
used
first
to-
one in the family to ever do it, but he did it well.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah,
it
he
well.
did it
It
well.
wasn't
He knew how
those
to do
like weird colored haired kids that you see like on the bus. No, like he rocked
Yeah.
it.
He rocked it. He rocked
Yeah,
it.
he definitely knew how to do it, and obviously, life happens. He passed away, unfortunately. So me dyeing my hair, is just a way for just a tribute
Awesome.
to what he was
That's
doing.
awesome.
Yeah,
No, that's awesome.
that's kind of why I
awesome.
fuck my hair.
Props
Yeah,
to
man.
that.
So today, we went with green. Eventually we're gonna do other colors, but for the moment we're doing green.
I know.
We'll see how it goes.
I remember at some point you had multiple colors. Are you gonna do that again, or are you gonna try
Yeah.
and keep it just like one tone type?
No, okay. So what happened was before before Takashi, what happened was I was working and then they were doing this thing for like Halloween, and they told me to do something like they're like, oh, dress up. I didn't want to dress up. I'm kind of like I guess like a party pooper. I don't know what's the word for that. So I went as the Joker, and I kind of just put like a green on my hair, but my shit was like blonde already, and it stained it. And then for some reason, it turned like to like a teal color, like a bluish color. And then what ended up happening was I ended up buying blue, put it on my head, so it would look better, but it didn't reach down to the tips. So I just had blue, yellow, and then I had a marker. And then I just painted the shit
A marker?
red.
You're
Yeah,
kidding.
marker. I put a red marker
You're
on my
kidding.
hair,
You're
and it
kidding.
stayed.
When
And
did this happen?
it stained my hair.
No way.
And it stained my hair. Yeah, it stained my hair. So I had blue, yellow, red on my
I don't
hair
recall this. When did this happen?
in Colombia.
It,
I don't recall.
it was in
I don't
Colombia,
recall it.
but as when he came back, that's what he had. It was like
Oh.
the after effects of that because I think like his roots were already started to grow in, so it wasn't like
No,
right
no,
away.
no. So no, what happened was after that happened, we went to a salon, and then I'm like, hey, how much you guys cost? I want to get like half black, half white. And then she's like, oh, it's gonna be this much, and I'm like, how much if I get colors? And she's like, it's gonna be the same price. And I'm like, okay, what if I get
All the
a lot
colors.
of colors?
All the colors.
Yeah, I'm like, what if I get a lot of colors? And she's like, it's gonna be the same price.
Alright.
And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you have time now? And she kind of looked at me like, wait, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, what colors do you want? So I'm like, let's just put whatever we can on my hair. And then we did it. And I was like, oh shit, well,
Awesome.
I got colors on my hair.
That's awesome.
But what ended up happening was like the blue, I had like white, black, and then like red, blue, and then they kind of went back. The red overpowered all the colors, and the blue overpowered all the colors. So I ended up just having like half blue, half red on my hair
Holy shit.
because it was like green, yellow, orange, and shit like that. So the colors they were just more more potent, and I kept my shit in the bun, and like it just like turned into half blue, half red. And then when I came, that's why I had my hair like that, and just fucked with my hair.
How much you pay for that? Like in Canadian dollars?
In pesos, in Canadian dollars, fuck, it was like $50.
Super cheap.
How much
And
pesos
she
was
be-
it?
Super cheap.
It was like 150,000 pesos, some shit
Oh,
like
man,
that.
yeah, like $60. Awesome. That's the way to go.
Yeah, so like for them, like it was like it's like a lot of money,
Yeah.
quote unquote,
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
Like I would get my haircut for like $2, like or like 8,000 pesos. You know what I mean,
And here in Canada, how
And
much
then-
would that cost?
bro? To put the blue on my hair that I had before, I paid like $80-100. But my hair was like already bleached prior to that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like, yo, like it was like, yo, like here's expensive.
Expensive.
So as soon as when she's like 150, and I'm like, what? I'm like, fuck it, like let's put everything on that bitch. And then obviously Takashi came and I don't want to wear that shit no more.
Who's Takashi? Like, I'm
People look at
lost.
me like,
I'm lost about this Takashi.
Takashi, you don't
You
know
don't know
who
who
Takashi is?
He knows who Takashi is. You must have
I
seen
don't
like
know.
at least videos. You probably like have seen videos, but
Is
you
this
just
like the
don't know who the guy
69
is.
guy?
Yeah, Takashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, why don't you just call him 69? Like, why go with the Chinese weird ass name?
I don't feel
Everybody knows
I don't
him
feel
as
comfortable.
69.
I don't feel comfortable saying 69 or 69. So not talking about another guy at least. So
Tamaguchi bullshit you guys
I
come
said
up with.
Takashi. No, his name is Takashi 69. So
Wait.
yeah, obviously before the whole thing, before he became a rat. Now we got to think about going a lot of colors because of that motherfucker.
Yo, but he's back. He's back. He came back and he came back bigger than ever. I
Was he
really
a
didn't
snitch?
expect that to happen.
Was he a real snitch? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know
he snitched.
about the whole thing because I don't know about the culture and whatnot, but people kept saying that this was a snitch. Like, he snitched out on his friends and get bailed and shit.
So here's a quick recap of what
A
happened.
quick synopsis.
A quick synopsis of what happened.
Synopsis.
So he wanted to become famous, and he saw a way to become famous, which was pretty much by creating this persona, which was Tekashi 6ix9ine, which was this outrageous persona that was about this gang life and was about being like, yeah, pretty much a gangster in his music and his music videos, but also marketing himself outside of his music to create media buzz for his music. So not so in his music videos, like he'll start creating drama with other rappers and start creating drama just so that his marketing would go up, and it worked. It worked.
It worked. He had a good marketing strategy. Yeah,
super
definitely.
great. Like in a matter of like a month, he was up there, and then every single song that he took out became number one. And he did this for, I think it was 10 or 11 straight songs.
Oh,
Number
wow.
one, number one, number one, number one, number one. The only problem is that he saw it more so in the marketing and the strategy type. He didn't realize that he was actually getting involved with people who were actually about this gang life and
Oh, shit.
getting
What happened was you have to pay. There's a thing called paying dues, right? And it's like when you're using a certain image, like he was using, like the gang image, like because they allowed him to, right? Because like it was helping him sell. So in terms of like he had to pay. It was like a rental, right? Like, oh, you're using our name, you have to pay us. I think what ended up happening is he didn't pay.
Oh, fuck.
So
No.
they went to. Well, this was like after like they started. I think they were like fucking his girlfriend. They were like making threats and shit. But he forgot to pay when they kidnapped him. Was because of that, because they went to him and he's like, yo, like, where's the money at? They kidnapped him because he didn't pay, and that's when they took his jewelry and all that shit.
But the thing is that I could be wrong. But the thing is that I think that he was paying them, but they saw the amount of fame that he was getting and the amount of money that he was getting, and then they felt entitled that you should be paying more. And that's when he's like, no. I've been giving you guys money. I'm not gonna give you guys a bunch of money. And that's when they started conspiring against him, and they started trying to steal from him. They kidnapped him. They started like threatening his mom, and they started like fucking his baby mama and everything. So all this started happening, and when
It wasn't rape. Like she like the baby mama was like fucking.
Yeah, no,
I think
wasn't rape.
she was just being a
thought,
hoe.
yeah, no, she was being a thought. She was being a thought. But while all of this was happening, he was getting in trouble with the police because of all this stunts that affiliations, but also all these stunts that he was having with other rappers, because he was trying to get into drama with rappers who were actually about this gang life. So there was some shootings that happened. There was some other like guns here that were supposed
on the
to be there and
videos
stuff.
and shit like that.
So the FBI was looking very closely into that, and then he finally got caught because his driver became an informant, and they finally arrested him. Once they arrested him, he started pretty much telling on everybody, because he's like, well, fuck all these people because they fucked me over.
because they were gonna give him like 50 years to life.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's back up. What was he charged with?
A lot of shit.
Like
A lot
a
of
bunch
shit.
of
Like
stuff. So,
affiliations. You know, what is it, like murder attempts? Because obviously they did shoot at people.
so
Well, they shoot at people, right? Like you don't know who did it.
so pretty much everything that the gang did, they were blaming him because
being
he
part
was
of
the
it.
one that not just for being
He
part
was
of
the
it.
one. He was the one promoting it.
He was the one promoting it in all the videos. So they're like, "Oh, you're one of the main guys because nobody knew of this gang before you. So you must be one of the main guys." Again, this is what
That
the
was
U.S.
the stupidest thing ever, though.
This is how the court made
Here's
it
the thing.
seem.
The thing. What happened was he was already coming up, right? He was already coming
It's like
up.
going and like arrest the guys that came up with like fucking GT5 and GT San Andreas and all this shit. Just dumb.
No, but here's the thing. No,
If
here's the
you're
thing.
just
Like
about
he was coming
promoting
up.
the gang life,
No,
and
no,
killing
no,
people
it-
and shit, right? And stealing money.
No,
and-
but it was like the thing is like he was affiliated with like a real
Like a
New
real
York,
gang, yeah.
Like they've been there, yeah, like one of like the top ones. And like a lot of the times, like they what they do is that they just use somebody to blame shit on, and then they're like, oh yeah, we have all these things that kind of like seem the same as what he did, so we're just gonna put all these charges to him.
Like for example,
Like if there was a murder, let's say there was a murder on that street, but they had nothing to do with it. It's like, well, you guys were on the street, so you know technically you guys did it.
And,
That's the type of
it's
shit
not
they
the
do,
first time
right?
that the FBI tried to pull this shit out. Like that's common knowledge.
Yeah.
The thing is,
right?
how are they gonna blame everything that happens within a gang on him, and how is it gonna held up in court, and how is it gonna like? Because I mean, we're not talking about like a dumbass, like a random Joe that got blamed for everything. We're talking about somebody that has money. How is he not gonna be able to like hire a lawyer to be able to get him out because he hasn't fucking done anything? Like
That's the
actual?
problem.
Because of
No,
everything he was like.
That's the problem. The thing is that the money that he was bringing into the gang was the money that the gang was using to do everything. So that's the money that the gang was using to buy the guns.
Oh, here's
that's
the thing.
money that the
Here's the thing. That's exactly the whole Me Too movement thing. It goes right back to it. Here's the thing. It's like, okay, where do the
What?
gangs, like, for example, it's like, okay, so if the gangs got the money to buy the guns and shit from 6IX9, what if some of the gangs were getting money from an ATM? So should they just recolor the ATM because they're the source of the money where they just got? That's just stupid.
no.
No. Okay, what happened? No, what happened is because of his voice, because he became very popular very quickly, and like it was just the voice that he had. Obviously, like he was being very graphic with what he was saying in his lyrics. He was, a quote unquote gangster rapper. I'm not gonna say what he was saying. You guys can listen to this shit. You guys know who he, like what he's saying, but like they use that shit against you. So obviously, like if they just keep adding crime after crime after crime, your time's gonna go up. What ended up happening is what all they charged him with was eventually gonna lead him to 50 to life,
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
basically.
If whoever's listening wants to make the research on what he actually got
Yeah.
charged with, and there's enough evidence. The whole point of it was he got charged with a bunch of stuff that there was enough evidence for him to actually go to jail. Like enough hard evidence for him to go to jail. He did get the best lawyer. The best lawyer did try to get him out, and there was just too much hard evidence for him to get him out.
There you go.
So he
was
had
a bad dude.
he had one or two options. Either start telling on all these people, or he was gonna go to jail. Because the thing is that after he started telling on all these people, it's not like they said, "Oh, your charges don't mean anything." No, he still got charged with a bunch of stuff, and he still did time for that stuff that he got. They just said, if you tell on all these people and we get all these people, then we'll just reduce your sentence, and we'll throw out some of the small charges that you have. He ended up getting 2 years in jail. He had, by that time he had already served like 11 or 12 months. So he was only supposed to serve 1 more year because of this coronavirus thing. His lawyer was able to plead a case to say, hey, it's better that he spends the rest of his term at home because the jails are getting flooded with the whole coronavirus thing. So I want to keep my client safe. Let's try and give him what's the word?
arrest.
Home arrest.
House arrest.
Yeah.
House
House arrest.
House arrest.
Home
Yeah, they're
arrest.
home arrest.
House arrest.
Yeah, house arrest. So he just came out, and everybody was waiting to see what was going to happen because his whole persona was this hard person who ended up pretty much being a little bitch once it got to something real. But this guy got out, and he broke the record for Instagram live views in like a 5-minute live. He got 2 million
Wow.
people to watch him.
Wow.
And he took out one song that he filmed and recorded in his backyard, or like in his house, pretty much.
No.
And in one day in YouTube, it beat the record, and it made, I think it was 43 million views in one day.
Wow.
So this guy is kicking it,
Killing it. Wow.
kicking it. But yeah, that's enough about 6ix9ine. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, he just had good marketing.
Yeah. But back to the beginning, when my cousin came back from Colombia, that's when kind of like the buzz was going about this guy, and everybody knew this guy about the multicolored hair guy because he had like rainbow haired kid. And my cousin came back with longish hair and like 7 colors in his head. So I'm like, oh, Takashi. But
And
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
No, that's funny.
But it happens. But one thing that I realized when you were saying the prices of getting your hair colored, that's why I love Colombia for shit like that.
It's cheap.
It's cheap, and you can get somebody good at it at a very cheap rate, which is why I go get my tattoos over there. Bro, my tattoos over there, my tattoos over here would be super expensive. Fuck that. I'd rather go over there, wait. Obviously, I have to wait until I go over there because I don't go there that often. But over there, you pay a fraction of what you pay here for any of that stuff.
Definitely.
Especially in
It's just dope. It's smart. It's good.
Especially in terms of like self-care. Like over there, I wouldn't think twice of having a manicure every week, pedicure type shit, making sure that I got my hair cut every week because all that shit is cheap.
It's affordable.
Super cheap.
It's affordable.
It's affordable.
Yeah, over here is not that affordable.
Yeah, no.
Over here is kind of expensive. Over here is pretty.
Like with me, I got lucky. Like when my barber, like he was like literally down the street, and I was like there like every week.
Yeah. Why
every
not?
week for a haircut. Yeah, it was like, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Give the man, what is it, the 2,000 de tip, and that was like $5 to them.
They were happy with that. And over
Yeah,
there,
they
there's
were
not
happy
that
with that,
there's not that much of like a tipping
Community. People don't want to tip.
culture. Yeah. So you tip them, and they're like, "For me, like really, like you're giving me extra
like, you sure,
money."
bro?
And then
Yeah, like, you sure?
And shit, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
They've started crying.
Wait, what? How much did you tip them? Like, did you give them like 500,000 pesos or some shit?
No, I'm just kidding. I was just being a
I
dick.
probably would have cried
I
too
was
if I
just
got that
being-
much money. I
imagine.
would have been like, oh my god,
I was just being
I
a
needed
dick.
this to pay my rent.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
Jesus.
That was jokes. That was jokes.
But yeah,
I love watching those videos though. I love watching those videos when somebody does something nice for somebody, like I don't know, give them a compliment.
I don't like it.
or
I
give them
don't
some
like
money.
it.
Really?
I don't like it either.
It
Why are you recording it?
Yeah.
Why are you
that's the
recording
thing.
yourself
That's the
giving
thing.
food to the homeless?
That's
Oh no. Okay, no. I get that part. Like it shouldn't be recorded. But for example, like when the news pick it up, just because somebody told the news, like, oh, like you guys should see what this person did, per se.
Okay.
Not-
sure.
not-
a,
not the
random,
person that-
a random news
Yeah,
that
not-
got
yeah.
picked up. Yeah. Okay,
Not the
yeah.
person themselves, kind of like,
Hey, look what I'm doing.
I'm
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
Hey
Nah,
guys, look!
Yeah,
look!
yeah.
He grabbed it.
It's his now.
Like, he's like, yo, why are you recording it?
No,
That's the shit that makes no sense. Like, I don't like that
That's just
shit.
as low.
You're gonna,
That's
if
just
you're
as
gonna,
low as like going and film yourself
For
having
views.
sex for views. Yeah, it's just that's
Yeah.
there's shit that shouldn't be recorded for views and shit. Yeah.
yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
for sure. But it's nice to see like the difference that you can make, because sometimes it would be like $5 and they'll be like, holy shit, this was the $5 that I needed to like feed my kid today, and I didn't know where I was gonna get it from.
Yeah.
But like, thank you.
That's cool.
Like,
That's cool, yeah.
Like that, you're like, holy shit. Like sometimes it could be something so small to you.
I have a
and
question.
It's just such a big difference.
I have a question
What's up?
now that we mentioned that, like, there's some things that shouldn't be filmed and shit. What would be the craziest thing any one of you would do for views? Like, and views meaning like it will get translated into like money, right? What's the absolute craziest you would
What
do?
do you want to see, cuz?
And what would be like? And what would be like a no, right? For money. I haven't even moved for like $1 yet, and you like already asking me all this shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think it always depends on how much. How much are we actually talking here?
Everybody has a price, right? Okay.
Everybody has a price.
So
Everybody
they
has a
say,
price.
hey, listen,
What do you wanna
we
see?
want to see you. Like they said, there's like a really rich girl out there, and she's like, you know what, Brian, I like your podcast and shit. I'll give you $1 million. Just send me a selfie video of you jerking off.
$1 million.
For how much?
$1 million.
$1 million
But she's gonna broadcast.
I'm
it.
gonna send
She's
her
gonna
10
put it public.
videos.
It's gonna go on the internet.
But you're gonna post it.
I'm gonna send her 10 videos.
Huh? She's gonna post it. Yeah, she's gonna.
I'm gonna
post
send
it
her 10 videos. For $10 million? Are you dumb? I'll give a fuck.
For
A million.
$1 million. As long as I wouldn't care, I'd do it. I wouldn't care. Like if it's out there, I really wouldn't care. I would care for Cheryl's opinion though. If she's cool with it, if
why are you sending people your picture for $1 million?
No, like if she's cool with it, if she's like, yo, like let's get that $1 million, I'd send it. I'd be like, I don't give a shit.
And what about your brother's opinion?
True,
What the fuck is this? I don't want to see you use your dick in the internet. What's wrong with you?
Well, then don't look for it. Don't search it.
Yeah,
There's
don't
no
look at
reason
it.
to
Don't
send
look
it
at
to
it.
me. You would not stumble upon it. You would not stumble upon it. There's no way that you're googling.
Okay, you think I'm gonna
Colombian guy
stumble on
jerking
it?
dick. There's definitely not way you're googling that.
You don't think I'm gonna get emails saying, "Are you the brother of that dude that got paid $1 million to jerk off online?"
If that's the headline, don't open the email. You're
Don't
gonna be
open
like,
the video. Don't
yes, I
open the
am.
video.
Let me open this email.
yes, I am.
Yes. No, definitely not. But I would do it. How about you?
Okay,
guys?
so my brother would do it. How about you,
fuck
Cuz?
yeah.
You would do it?
Fuck
Okay,
yeah.
that's
I
an
send
easy
her
one.
10 videos.
That's an easy
That's
one
an
for
easy
my
one.
cousin.
Yeah.
$10
That's an
million.
easy one for my
That's an easy
cousin.
one.
So I'm gonna make it even sweeter now.
Easy one.
What if they wanna ask you to say, "Hey, listen, we'll give you $500,000, and you send us, and you let us post a video online of you making out with another dude"?
No.
It's
No.
not enough. How are we gonna go from $1 million to jerking off to $500,000 to kissing another guy?
I just
No.
wanted to see your lower limits. Okay, so back to $1 million.
Uh-huh. No,
No.
it doesn't compare.
No.
$5 million.
No. How long? Wait, how long?
Give
3
me
minutes.
details. Give me
3
details.
minutes.
Is it?
Don't.
Is it gonna?
3 minutes?
3
Oh,
minutes.
fuck that shit.
I don't even think I've made out with
3
anybody for a whole
minutes?
3
God
minutes.
damn.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, a minute.
holy
One minute
fuck.
with tongue.
With tongue.
Yeah, with tongue.
Hold on.
1 minute.
Nah, bro, you gotta.
And
Like,
cousin, you have
$1
two
million.
tongues.
I'll probably do one like one of those. You know, fucking for like 3 million, but a whole tongue. I have 2 tongues.
He's getting
I have
double
to
the
blow that
London.
shit twice. Yeah, you fuck that shit. Hell no. You got me all the way fucked up.
$5 million for 30 seconds.
We're talking like 500 million.
No. 5 million.
No, that-
5
that's a
million.
hollow
Like
lot.
something realistic. $5
Yeah,
million.
realistic.
After taxes, that's nothing.
Okay, 5 million before, like after tax. 5 million after tax. 30 seconds. 30 seconds don't work. Okay,
No tongue.
here's the thing. We have to make it realistic. Let's just say that tomorrow 6IX9INE asks you to, just because he's bored. He's like, "Oh, I like your hairstyle. I'm bored. I'm gonna give you 10 million." He has the money to spend, and just send us a video. Let us post it online of you kissing a guy for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 10 million
10
10 million.
before or after tax.
after tax.
After tax, clean cash.
Cash. Hardcore cash. 30 seconds. You kissing a guy. 30 seconds. That's it. And the guy is like able to like grab you.
No.
Fuck that
You
shit.
lost me. You
You
lost me.
just turned me
Yeah,
off
you
to
lost
that.
me.
Yeah, no, yeah, you lost me.
You lost me.
As soon as
I
you
was
said you could
almost there.
touch me,
I was
like,
almost there.
You
I almost said
almost
yes.
convinced.
I almost asked you for the money. I almost just give me the money right now. Almost. No, you lost me.
Nah, fuck that.
Okay,
shit.
so now we have your
You lost
no. What would be something that you would do? A crazy thing that you would do?
I mean, I'll sell my kidney for a couple dollars. Hey,
Oh
A
my
couple
God.
dollars?
Couple
What's a couple
dollars?
dollars?
some people give that shit for free. You get mad at me because I want to make money off it. Oh, you need a kidney? I need a couple dollars.
And
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's.
That's funny.
I need that brand new Mercedes.
I don't know.
I need the concept edition.
What's the craziest thing
What are
you would
willing
do?
to
Yeah,
Would
yeah,
you do it?
yeah.
Hold on. Would you do it? That's what I
5
wanna
million.
know.
Like, here's the thing. Like, I want to be realistic. 10 million.
10 million for 30 seconds with tongue. Just a whole lot of.
I think if I see the 10 million in front of me, I would consider it. I would consider it. Because at the end of the day, I feel
Interesting.
comfortable with my sexuality. It's not like I'm gonna have doubts afterwards, right? It will be just one of
What
those
if you
things,
do?
like, huh?
I didn't know.
What
He
if-
just like,
yeah, what
like
if-
God damn, this shit was.
Well,
Yeah.
then I win. Then I win a boyfriend and 10 million,
It's a
right?
win-win.
It's a win-win
It's a
situation.
win-win
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
Interesting. I like.
It makes
I like
sense.
that.
It makes sense.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
So the worst that could
Yeah,
happen is I
it's a
walk
win-win.
out with like a sour taste on my mouth and 10 million on my bag. So, right?
It makes sense. It's fun. It's funny. I've seen I saw a video. I think it was Vitaly who did it. I think it was Vitaly or another prankster. He would bring 100,000 in cash and offer it to people for their dog.
Oh,
people,
yeah.
And people would say no. I would
Uncle.
give up my dog so fast.
Yeah,
so
bro, you
fast.
This shit right here,
Yeah.
this adoption,
Bro,
8 years
take
old.
it. Take it.
Hold it. It has one.
You should put the
max.
Simpson
One more
episode
year.
where Bart walks out on Homer.
On Homer. Yeah.
Put it on.
100%.
Put it on.
I would give it up so fast. So fast.
that's
I'll be
funny.
like,
Me too.
yeah, you wouldn't need to ask me twice.
You will wrap it and everything.
Yeah.
For that, I could buy it, and for that much money, I could buy a dog that looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll give it the same name.
Here's the thing. That's an interesting question. I think I wouldn't be able to do it.
With a dog?
Like if I'm attached to the dog, I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Not that attached for that much money.
That's the thing. I would hate it. I would hate myself for not accepting it, but I don't think I'll have the heart to do it. That's the thing. I don't think so.
To be,
Oh.
I would
You don't have a heart.
I would put it on a balance because I wouldn't have the heart to maybe
On a
give
scale?
on a potato. I wouldn't have the heart to maybe do it. I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt me because obviously if you're attached to the dog, you're attached to the dog.
You will wipe your
But
tears
I would-
with the bills.
But I would think not only that. I would think about what that 100,000 can do for my family, and I'm
Okay.
like I'm depriving my
Oh,
family.
You thought too deep too.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the-
I'm
yeah,
depriving my
yeah.
family of $100,000 because I want to keep a dog that doesn't talk to me, that shits
So
all the time, and that I have to walk
what if
3
you have
times
$1
a day.
million on your bank account? You already have $1 million, and they go and offer you $2 million to give up your dog.
Yes. Sounds like profit
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, I'd probably
You-
still do it. I'd
You
probably
still do it. So the
I
whole
spent
family,
$1,000
the
on
whole
this dog, and
family theory just goes out the window. You wouldn't just not give it up for
Well,
your
no,
family.
well, you and me know
I
that
walk
you
in
and
with
me.
the box. I'd be like, surprise, we got a new dog.
The thing is that you and me know that $1 million is not a lot of money. You can't do shit with $1 million. You can maybe try and do something with $3 million to maybe start something for the family, but $1 million is not money. So you still need money for the family.
Gotcha.
You- So
Okay, that makes sense.
and I think the attachment comes with being with him for a while. And if I've
Yeah.
been with him for 10 years,
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, the dog's gonna go
About that, yeah.
regardless in
About
maybe
that.
like 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe. And if it's only like a year old, I'm sure I have an attachment to it, but I'll be like,
No, fuck no.
yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to do it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I would. I don't think I'll be able to. To be honest.
think-
It was like, well, once you see the money in your face,
That's the thing. Even with the money in my face, that's the reason why I said that I would consider the whole kissing a guy at 30 seconds for like if I see the 10 million like in front of me, I would just see like the
Right.
cost benefit, and I'll be like, well, it's costing me 30 seconds of like a very not nice like activity, but then I walk
Right.
out with like a whole lifetime benefit, right? So I would see it like that. But the dog, even with the money in front of me, I don't know if I'm attached to the dog. I don't know if I'll like give him up. I don't think so. I don't think I will.
I don't know.
It's a pride thing. It's a pride thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Maybe-
it's like selling something that is so special to me, and it's like, why am I gonna just let it go for like money? It would get up to that point. It would get up to that point for me. Like I will feel like a piece of shit, even if that would be like a lifetime regret for like some time benefit of money. That's the thing. That's how I would look at it.
oh,
Yeah.
I feel like a piece of shit every day, cause no ways.
I think it depends on what you're gonna do with that money. If you're gonna get that money and buy yourself a brand new car, sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. Again, if you use
Yeah.
that money for something like for your family, for
That's
your
true.
kids and
That's
shit like
true.
that,
That's
that's
true.
that's different.
That's different. That's different. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. Again, don't get me wrong.
depends on
If
the
I'm attached
situation,
to it depends on the
it depends.
situation.
It depends on what the happiness, that money could buy you.
Alrighty, so let's
Maybe
let's
that
make it
person
even,
wants a
let's make
car.
it even more realistic. Just when we move on from the topic. Last one. What if you get somebody to say, "Hey, listen, I'll give you $1,000 for the dog."
No,
No.
the
dog
most
was
dogs these days like
yeah,
brand new.
yeah, they're more
Brand new,
expensive.
they're like 1,500.
Yeah, they're more
like
expensive.
1,500. Yeah,
No,
that's not enough.
Okay, there you
No.
go. Okay, that's good.
no.
The world's still
Because-
a good place.
The world's still a good place. Yeah.
After I get text for that 5,000 and buy a new dog, I'm gonna have like $500 left.
You're always thinking about getting
And then the
text
new,
on
and
this,
then the
but
new,
you still make
and then the
profit.
new Yeezys drop, and then the new Yeezys drop, and then there you go. I got no money. Oh wait, you saw the Yeezys.
Yeezys.
There's profit. Interesting.
Hold your thought. I saw on the news, or I don't know if it was on the news. I think it was Twitter. And I don't know if you guys have heard about it. The Jeff Bezos clock.
I don't know what that is.
What? What is that? Like a watch?
So, no. So Jeff Bezos is building a 10,000 year clock inside of a mountain. Is the clock of the long now, which will tell time for the next 10,000 years, and it cost him $42 million to build so far.
Wait. What's the purpose of this clock? To tell the time for the next 10,000? Like, just a watch that tells the time for that long.
It's a huge clock. It's a huge clock that's inside of a mountain. Like, it's big.
Yeah.
It's an enormous clock that is gonna
Yeah.
last for 10,000 years.
Wow.
And it's only going. It has like the tick and stuff, but it's only gonna chime once every millennium. So pretty much once every 1,000 years.
Wait,
And-
it's gonna last for 100 years, but it's gonna
For 10,000 years.
oh,
So
10,000
it's gonna chime
years.
10 times.
It's gonna chime 10,
Oh,
10,
wow.
10 times. My whole point in this is you have to get to a Jeff Bezos type of money to put a clock inside of a mountain that nobody's gonna see, just to scare some people in 1,000 years.
Oh.
Once that mountain starts to make a noise.
He's gonna fuck shit up. Be like, fuck. I get it. Hey, he's an asshole. I like it.
You know what I mean? I get it. Like, I'm guessing like it's a way to like leave his legacy, and I'm sure that like it has something to do with people remembering who Jeff Bezos was, and doing such a power move like leaving a 10,000-year-old clock is a power move because he can at least guarantee that for 10,000 years
People will remember him.
somebody's gonna
Yeah.
know who the hell Jeff Bezos was because he's the one who
Yeah.
left the clock there.
Fuck yeah.
But I
Amazing.
don't know if I spent $42 million on it. That's
Well,
a hell of a
that's the
lot.
thing. That's the thing. That's exactly what you said. Depends on the situation. If you're just on the streets eating like fucking garbage, and somebody shows up with $40, maybe for us right now, spending $40 it doesn't gonna hurt us that much. But for that person on the street, it's gonna be like, how are they gonna spend $40 on fucking, I don't know, like a hat, like a cap, right? It goes to it's the same type of shit. It's the same type of shit, right? Like the guy has like next to like fucking alien type of money. Like they has so much money.
Apparently, he's
And
about to
like,
be a trillionaire,
40
right?
40 million is nothing.
No.
Like in the grand scheme of things, 40 million is nothing, and he's gonna portray his image and his legacy for 10,000 years. I'll do
Yeah,
it for
that's
100 million. If they were to propose that to me for 100 million, I'll do it on the spot. On the spot. No if I
Yeah.
had Jay Bezos money though. If I had that kind of money. If I'm gonna like, which is gonna be like 0.01% of his fucking equity. But if they're gonna ask me for like, okay, spend 80% of your equity, leaving a clock, I'll be like, fuck no. Like I wouldn't do it.
Now here's my follow-up question to you guys. If you guys had Jeff Bezos money, what would be your clock?
Legacy?
Yeah. What's that thing that you would spend that much money on? And how much money would you be willing to spend to leave that legacy?
And it has to be realistic because right before
Has to be realistic, of
Bezos,
course.
right before the Jay Bezos idea, my kind of like clock version of living my legacy for the next years to come, whatever. I wanted to make sure that for my 40th birthday, and I still want to go to the fucking space, if not the moon, and drink a beer. Like I don't know how it's gonna happen. How are you gonna fucking drink beer because of the whole gravity thing, whatever? Like I don't know. It's just my thought. Like the first
you could put
human to drink beer.
put the beer in the suit, and then you just put up
That's
your
the
glove
thing.
and just.
That's the thing. Like I'm sure there's gotta be ways for it to make it happen, even if it's with a straw. But just to be able to drink a beer on the moon, that's gonna be like something to be remembered for, right? So that was my day.
If you're the first one, if you're the first one.
If you're the first one, of course,
you're the
you have to be the first one. Like, the second clock. If there's another one, just basis, and there's a second clock, will be like so pointless.
Someone's gonna watch this
But
and gonna be
now,
like, "I'm
in
gonna
the-
go drink on the moon just so I'm the first one."
But in the grand scheme of things, the clock will definitely have a bigger impact over time than the first guy that drank a beer on the moon, right? Because right now, for example, if you were to talk about Neil Armstrong, oh, nice, he was the first guy on the moon, but it's like, nah, okay, fine. What's
and some
next?
people don't even know now.
Yeah,
some people don't even know now.
And what's next, right? So that I think it will be the same thing for the first guy that drinks a beer on the moon. It will be kind of the first thing. It's like a very random thing, very like in the moment thing. But now that you put it into that level, $40 million. What would I do with $40 million? Nah, I can't think of anything realistic that would be similar to Jeff Bezos. Like building up a sculpture. What I'm gonna do? Like the fucking modern version of the pyramids? No, that's fucking gay. Yeah, I'll stick to my beer at the moon.
How about you, Cuzzo?
How about you?
For me, it's for me. I'm gonna make it the clock, because the thing is that I want to build a legacy for myself. I don't want it to be something material. I want it to be something for what I do. You know what I mean? I want people to remember me for Brian and not for a clock. But if I were to put something like the clock, like the example that I gave, oof, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But I would probably go along the lines of definitely a structure, something like, you know, the Mount Rushmore type thing.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't put my face. I'm not that.
Would you put your dick?
That narcissistic.
I don't know if you see it on the rock, but
Well, it depends on how you sculpt it.
it depends on how you sculpt it.
Is
But
it flaccid or like hard on?
But I definitely do something along that that magnitude,
Sculpture.
and
Nice.
and obviously spend.
When you say
Spend quite the
magnitude,
money.
you mean like the mountain magnitude or like your dick?
Yeah, like
magnitude?
something big, like something big, like
Something massive.
something big, something massive, something huge.
True.
And yeah, I'd want something
So
like
you
that.
would go with a structure. Okay, so structure I would do with an activity. Well, my cousin.
For me, I thought about this shit before. There's like a company in the U.S. who like what they do is that they freeze people. Essentially, what it is like when you die, I don't know if you have to pay them or you just donate your body, and they freeze your body. But what they're freezing this for is that because they're hoping that in the future, they discover
way to become, yeah.
to become immortal. So I think if
Right.
I had that money, I would definitely invest in that, like with them, like just give them the money, like just to keep it going for a very
Well, how would-
long
how-
time.
how-
I don't know if
how
it would
that
work.
build your legacy though? No, how would that build your legacy? Though?
Oh no, fuck! I'm coming back. That's how my legacy is. I'll be like, hey, bro, I survived. I've survived 666, 777, 12, 12,
guess.
12, all that shit. I'm coming back.
But you,
At what
but you-
age?
but-
At what
but-
age would you consider getting frozen?
I'll do it right now. Shit, I don't give a fuck. If I had the money right now,
Really?
yeah, I'll do it right now. Freeze myself.
Really?
Yeah, fuck everybody.
Oh, wow.
Freezing myself.
Fuck everybody.
Oh, fuck you, cuz too.
I'll freeze myself. If I could do it right now,
No
if
way.
I had the money, I'd be like, yo, let's do straight in, bro. I wouldn't think twice. Trust me, wouldn't think twice. No, but like I
That's
don't.
interesting.
Maybe the way it would go down as my legacy, maybe because it's like, oh, someone's giving like $40 million to like expand this institute and like actually
Right.
keep it running for a very long time.
Keep it alive. Yeah,
But they
keep
do
it
have
alive.
a
Yeah, I
lot.
get
They
it.
do have a lot of bodies there, and I was like, oh, like if I had the money, I would definitely like invest in that. Obviously, like if you're investing that much money, I'd probably be like, let's change the name to my name. You know what I mean? And then I freed
know who-
myself.
who-
Walt Disney did
you know
that.
who I
Walt
thought-
Disney. That's what I think.
Did he actually do it though, or is that
He's frozen.
I think that's a myth.
No, I think he's frozen.
I think it's a myth.
I think he's frozen in one of his Disney locations. I don't know which one, but he's frozen because
In the main castle.
he's trying to.
You can
I
see
think
him.
it was
It's
because
a main attraction.
no, I think it's because he had a disease that they currently don't have a cure for. So he froze himself, and then I think he's waiting.
Sorry, cuz it's a myth. It's a myth.
I don't know. I think it's real.
Let
It's a myth.
me
We-
put
I would-
this right now.
no, because like
We settled it. We watched the movie.
in
We
the
watched
video
the
that
movie,
I- in the-
and in the movie.
in the shit that I saw you that they're freezing people, like they show how they're going about freezing everybody, because obviously if you do it a certain way, it's gonna destroy your cells. And basically what they're doing is that, because animals do this, like frogs, when winter comes, they essentially freeze, and then when spring
Don't
comes,
get me wrong.
they
Don't get
thaw.
me wrong.
You know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. The whole freezing thing, the whole concept
It's
of
real.
it is real. It's real. It's very
He's
real.
not,
Like
though.
that's how bacteria's right now. One of the biggest fears around the world is the fact that the Antarctica is melting
ice caps,
away.
yeah.
That bacteria are gonna start like going out the atmosphere that have been frozen for like 5,000 years or so.
Right.
So the whole concept of being frozen and keep life frozen is real. Whether Walt Disney did it, that's debunked. I think it's been debunked. Like,
I don't know
yeah, I think it's been debunked.
why.
I'm googling it right. I'm googling. No, I'll Google it right now, and we'll find out.
No, but
We'll
yeah,
find
like I
out
think
if it's
in
real- if it's
terms
real
of the
or not.
clock, I think I would do that. I would like invest in like something like that. If not either that, maybe just copy the idea and make my own like institute. But I think like there's already a foundation there, so I think I would just invest like $40 million on that, and then just freeze myself like where people could see me, probably like, and people be like, look, that's the owner of the building. And be like, what a piece of shit. But yeah, so it's a very like narcissistic way of thinking, but I think everybody in some way or another has thought about being immortal. You know what I mean? So
All of our answers were narcissistic. All of our answers.
He-
None
he's
of
not.
us was like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna end up with a country's poverty. Like none of us thought about that. Like everybody was like, okay, I'm like what I want to do for myself and my narcissistic. way
No,
of
because
thinking.
the thing. Well, the example was the clock.
Yeah, the
thing,
example
because if
was-
you,
yeah.
like the example was the clock thing. It was a
Okay,
narcissistic example.
But the thing is that exactly how you want to be remembered, how's going to be your legacy. You could
No,
very well
No, that wasn't my question. My question was, what was your clock? And
exactly,
and that's what.
and your club
no,
could
no.
be ending a country's poverty. Why not?
No. No, be like something material like that. Because like what I said in my answer, like my legacy, I want my legacy to be something completely different. I don't want my legacy to be a statue or something in a
Yeah.
mountain.
Yeah.
No. I want my legacy to be something completely different. But like my clock would be that. Like Jeff Bezos' legacy is not gonna be that clock. Jeff Bezos'
Oh, fuck,
legacy
it's gonna
it
be
will
Amazon. It's gonna be Amazon.
building
Oh, no.
Amazon.
Fuck
gonna
it
be
will.
Amazon.
It will be the clock.
No, he'll be
100%. You
No,
okay,
people will
here's
remember
the
him,
thing.
but-
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's how I know. Do you know who invented MS-DOS?
Sorry, what?
Which is MS-DOS. MS-DOS. Sorry, MS-DOS.
I hear you.
You know
Okay,
who invented
I
this?
get the example. Yeah, I get the example.
Nobody remembers, and it was
Yeah.
very important. It was like fucking life changing. It was more important than even Amazon. Amazon is just a platform that is now able to happen because of this original like invention. So Amazon will transcend and become something even bigger with somebody else's idea, and Amazon will be just one of those steps that got us to the next one and the next one and the next one. So I really, in my opinion, I could be wrong, I really don't believe that Amazon will be the thing that will make Jeff Bezos like be eternal per se in years to
I
come.
hear you.
I think it will be the clock for sure.
But no,
100%.
but yeah, but my question was like a clock. It wasn't like if you ask me what do I want my legacy to be, definitely something different. But what would I spend like $40 million on, like on an actual structure? That
I do that. I put
like-
40
like-
million. I put 40
Well,
million
mine
there.
wasn't like again. Mine was an activity. It's not a structure. It's an activity, right? So it goes to show that an activity could be ending like a country's poverty. Like it's still an activity, right? And it's still like something that you would like to.
and that's what you want your legacy to be. Like if you make
No,
all the
no,
all
no,
the money in
I'm
the world,
just-
that's what you want your legacy to be.
Nope. Just pay
Exactly,
attention.
that's what I'm saying.
Wait, let me finish. You were maybe looking up on Google and you don't know what we're talking about. We were saying that we were very narcissistic, and I'm like, my cousin was saying that he was very narcissistic. I'm like, you're not. All of our answers were because we still had the choice of
They were
making
supposed to
that.
be.
What is it?
They were supposed to be narcissistic.
No, we're not supposed to be. You just, okay. What's your version of what's the clock for you? You didn't say give me a materialistic sense of your legacy. You're like, what's the clock for you? In your sense, for you was something a structure. For me, it could have been something else. It was just like if you have 40 million to spend
Yeah,
and
because-
give out, what would your legacy
I think
be?
Cuz was like, I don't know. Cuz was like, I don't know. I think I would just go to the moon and drink beer. That's what he said.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
And that's
hear
not a
you.
structure. That's not a
I
structure.
hear you. But
it a structure, though?
You no. I think you misunderstood my question, and I was the one who
No.
asked the question, and
You-
I know
you
what I
didn't- you-
meant
you
by
didn't
when I
ask it
asked the
properly.
question.
You didn't
So
you didn't ask it properly though. You didn't ask it
you
properly.
you just misunderstood the question, but I meant it in a
It's like,
narcissistic way.
what's the color of this wine? And you'd be like, okay, it's red, blue. I'm like, no, I meant like, what's the inner color, the feeling color, like the soul color? Well, ask the question properly, because then it's gonna, domino effect into many answers, right?
I thought it was a simple enough question. Anyway, Walt Disney is not. He's not frozen. He's not frozen. His daughter said that he's not frozen.
I tell you, it's pretty debunked. However, the frozen thing, like concept, is very real.
It's real. It's real. Whether it works, I guess. How long do we have to find out whether
Long
it
time
works?
until they discover how to. Because they're already working on it. Because animals are doing it already. There's animals that are immortal, like jellyfish. They're already immortal. There are animals that are already
Wait,
immortal.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean immortal?
Jellyfish are immortal.
What do you mean immortal?
Jellyfishes are immortal.
If they were immortal, don't you think that we would be filled with jellyfish all
They
over the
are.
world
There
because they
is.
haven't died in
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Don't go into
have
Google
natural-
looking it up for it.
they have
Just
natural-
put it up later.
They have natural enemies like that are immune to their sting that still eat them. Because remember, they're jellyfish. They don't fucking like bite people. They're not terrifying. They just have a sting, a deadly sting. So most creatures are gonna stay away from them. But there are animals in the sea that are immune to the sting and eat it. They have natural prey. But if there's nothing that can kill them, they're just gonna live forever.
Okay, because here's the thing. I don't know where you're getting this from. Like, I could be wrong, right? I think you got this exactly from the same website that Walt Disney was frozen. Here's the thing. The immortal concept, it's something that has been fucking baffling people's mind and humans' minds since like the beginning of time. I think that there's been a research showing that there's a potential for a certain bacteria to reach like eternity because they don't see any decay into the special bacteria. However, to a full organism like a jellyfish, which is a full organism which like eats and fucking shits, and there's it's like a machine.
Right?
Like every organism is a machine, and there's no one eternal machine. Doesn't exist. It hasn't exist. So there's no eternal organism. However, I've heard that there might be a bacteria that doesn't produce decay, and therefore, in theory, it could last forever. I don't know if jellyfish is like are immortal. I don't know how accurate. I'm sure the brand could put it up somewhere around here on his editing. But I like
There's a specific one.
basically
I don't know the name.
going back to your point. You like to get frozen so that when actually humanity can come up with a way to be eternal and immortal, then you kind of get unfrozen and then become immortal. That's what you want to do, right?
Yes.
However long is it gonna take? I don't know, because they're taking forever to come up with a fucking cure for this coronavirus. Oh my god!
Well, that,
And I've heard
I have a question for that. Is the whole frozen thing though? Let's say I freeze myself completely healthy. They don't need to find a cure for anything for me. Can they just unfreeze me?
that's
Yeah.
like a bacteriologist will say,
don't you-
well,
don't
that's
you die?
dangerous because once you go back into the atmosphere of like 1,000 years from now, you don't know what kind of like how polluted the air will be, what new bacteria there will be just in the air and the oxygen, and you don't know if you're gonna be able to.
I'm not talking about 1,000 years. Freeze me today and wake me up in 10 days. Can you unfreeze me in 10 days and I won't be dead?
as of right now, no, you can't do
in
it.
theory, no.
Right now, no.
What?
In theory, you can because
Really? You
frogs do
Yeah.
it. Frogs do it.
Yeah, in theory you could absolutely.
Frogs do it.
There's a way to freeze you
idea.
like within like milliseconds, and then you can go back to life. Like I know that the concept exists.
I wouldn't say milliseconds though. 10 days. 10 days is a long time. 10 days for your brain to be not functioning, for your heart not to be beating. For
No.
10 days.
What I'm saying is that you're not gonna get frozen in like a slow motion. Like you're not gonna get frozen like in a minute, because in that minute then you might die just getting frozen. What I'm saying is that you can get frozen so quick that your actual organism just stops, and then they can bring you back to life in like 10 years or 20 years or whatever.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
the one that I'm telling you.
The frozen process is so fast that this could be done. That
No,
I think I
the,
can
the
vouch
thing the
for.
thing that I saw with the companies that they freeze you slowly, like they freeze you slowly and they slowly bring your temperature down to I think it's like negative 130 something, and then like what they're doing is that they're trying to freeze the cells in your body in a proper way, because if it's done like incorrectly, it could kill you, right? So that's what they're doing, and there's so many people that are already doing that. So once they get you to that core temperature, I don't know if it's like they drop you in just some liquid, like a liquid that keeps you frozen, and they're just gonna leave you there until in the future where they discover a way to bring you back. Then that's what people are doing. That's what the company is about.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm like, I saw it and I'm like, that's pretty dope. I'm like, if I could do that right now, shit, like I said, I'm going for a swim. Hop
that's
in,
crazy.
hopping in, and
Interesting.
but like I said, I was saying like, yo, frogs do this because I saw this. The reason I started looking into it is because I saw like the video about frogs, how when it's like wintertime, they freeze, and then when spring comes, like they just thaw, and then fucking they just bounce back, and I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was fake, but no, it's
Has it-
real. I was like, what the
Do you
fuck?
guys know if anybody has done it successfully? A person?
On freeze itself?
I don't know.
I
That I
think
don't
so.
know. I know that in theory it's doable. In theory, I don't know if anybody has that.
it seems
You remember?
possible.
You guys remember that like in 2002, supposedly there was the first clone baby, like first human clone baby. It was called like Eve or something. You guys remember this?
I vaguely remember something about it, but not really.
I remember the goat.
Last year I started looking for it, and apparently it was just a fucking lie. It was a lie, and it was like all over the news, all around the world. Everybody was excited, like, oh my god, like now humans are gonna get cloned and shit. It was like a fucking. It was bullshit. It was complete
there's-
bullshit.
And there's so much shit like that. There's actually so much shit that makes it to the news that you take as factual information, and that shit is bullshit, just straight bullshit.
Here's the thing. It wasn't like a rumor. It was like an official statement
It's statement.
that from like governments and shit
That's
saying the
fucked.
first baby
Yeah,
human
fuck
got
that.
cloned. It was called Eve, and it was like I don't know what fucking country, and I don't know how I kind of like stumbled like with the thought of like thinking like whatever happened with the clone, like I never heard of it
Ever
Right.
since, what
After.
happened to it? Did they go to
ever
school?
since. And apparently it was the whole thing was debunked, and it was a fucking rumor and like bullshit.
That's fucked.
That sucks.
That's
That has made me look bad in so many conversations. I talk about with such security about some shit, and they're like, "That's bullshit," and then I go and find out, and it is bullshit, and I'm like, "Fuck."
Well, again, like
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
like again like well from what I saw, it is like again like if I don't dig that deep into it, I can't concentrate for that long. So I'll go until I'm like, all right, I had enough of this, and I just kind of move to something else. But again, like I saw that, and I'm like, yo, like even if they're just taking your money and they just freeze you, I'm assuming sometime in the future, like there probably is something that's gonna be available like that. It should be. Like,
Yeah, there
like,
should be.
there should be
Yeah,
at that
I'm
time.
sure there is.
So that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
sure
That's
there
why I was like, well, I'll invest money into it just to make sure that institute actually prolongs for that long until they actually do find a way to do it. Even if it's just an idea just to strip people of their money, I'm like, I'd do it.
Right.
I'm like, if I had the money, I'd go for a swim.
What if it was free and they'd offer it to you right
Do it
now?
right now. No second thoughts. I'm signing the release form.
Okay. What kind of question is that? What if it was free? Of course, he's doing it with no thought, even if it costs money. What makes you think that now it's free? Okay, let me think about it. Maybe I won't
No.
want to do it.
No, because if it was free, it would be more realistic because he would be able to do it now. He doesn't have $40 million now, so he can
got
say,
it,
if I had $40
got it,
million,
got it,
I'd do it,
got it.
which
Okay,
could be
okay.
bullshit once you get the $40
Do
million.
it. I'll
But
send a text message. I'll be like, see you guys in a couple years. And just
Fuck you.
go for a dip.
would you
That's what-
how long would you tell them to do it for? How long would you tell them to freeze you for?
until they fucking unthaw me properly. You know what I mean?
But yeah, like if they're like, we can unthaw you properly in 5 years, would you be like, no, like freeze me for like 100? I want 100. Would you say that?
No,
or
at least a millennium, bro. At least let me hear the Jeff Bezos ring. You know what I mean?
1,000?
Wow.
1,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
At least let me come back for the Jeff Bezos ring.
I'm with my cousin on that one. It's not like you're gonna go for like, okay, let me just go try France for a year, see how that goes. It's not like that. This is like a huge thing. You're gonna get frozen. You don't know if you're gonna come out of it retarded or not. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? And especially if you're gonna do it like on the spot, like cold turkey.
Right.
Might as well go like long shot and be like, okay, make it worth it. Go for 1,000 years and see what happens, right?
Yeah, like there's not that much that's gonna happen in 5 years.
It would be very off-putting to be you right now, 1,000 years from now. Just imagine a fucking caveman showing randomly,
evolution, yeah.
just showing up randomly
Evolution
nowadays,
ridiculous.
and you'd be like, you want to FaceTime or what? Like, you're gonna be like, the fuck? That's my kid's toy.
Oh, I was like, yo, it's a purge.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? It's happening.
No, but yeah, you guys, hold on. You guys wouldn't do it. You guys wouldn't freeze yourselves.
If I look, I'll tell you this. If I were to do it, I would probably do it when I'm maybe like 50, and I would do it to be able to spend maybe. No, not even that. Not even that.
No, I would do it when I'm 80.
I wouldn't do it.
I would do it when I'm 80. 80, sure.
Yeah,
just to be brought back for a few years.
That way, if they cannot bring me back, at least I didn't lose.
It's
any
fine.
time.
And if they bring you
And if
back,
you
then
bring
it's
back
like
for one
cool.
day,
Yeah,
sure.
cool.
One day, sure.
Shit.
Fine. 80.
Yeah.
I would do it at 80.
No, the reason why I'm saying now is because like if they bring you back, properly, you can I'd be this age, so to speak.
Here's the thing.
Right.
Assume that they bring you back nice and like proper and everything, your functionality. You still get like fucking hard-ons and shit. Sure, fine. But just the fact that you're gonna be there like 1,000 years from now, what makes you think you're gonna fit into anything?
What makes you
You're
think
gonna
I
be the
fit in
weird-
now?
They're gonna be pointing at you like you're the weirdo fucking little creature that you're walking around. It's gonna be like for me, it's gonna be fucking uncomfortable.
It sounds like right now.
It's happening.
It's happening as we speak. Shit, and maybe freeze me for 5,000 years. Shit.
It's like freeze me for 5 days, and that would still be the outcome.
It would still be the same outcome. Like, look at this idiot freezing himself, coming back. Yeah, but now I'll do it definitely. I'd say my pieces, just high five. Don't change your last names, that way I could find your descendants, and doses.
Deuces.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Alrighty, guys. It was a fun podcast.
That was a good one.
Are we cutting it short?
That was a really good one.
All right.
Oh, we're like
It's
1:10
it's
into
like
it.
an hour and 10 already.
Oh, true.
So, pretty much, whoever's watching, comment what would be your Jeff Bezos clock legacy. Not your lifetime long legacy. Don't save an entire. Don't get emotional. What would be
there you go. You're asking it properly. Way to go. There we go.
What would be your
materialistic
your
way.
materialistic way?
Don't say that you want to
leave
drink
a
a beer in the
legacy.
moon because that's not materialistic enough. It has to be like a structure. Make sure that it's like a mountain, or like a building. Otherwise, you're taking the question wrong, and we're gonna delete it from YouTube.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you guys next time.
Share the shit.